talked about some of the ins and outs of interacting with students and things like that. We're gonna talk about just some of the nuts and bolts of our emergency procedures. You don't have to memorize these. You don't have to know these. I just want you to have read through them at least once so you have an idea of what goes on when things happen. So, big idea, if any student needs emergency medical care, some person stays with the student and another person makes the call, right? Stay with the student, someone calls 911, and then just let your coach or myself know about that. If there's an accident, just make sure you fill out an accident form. They're in the tech booths, both of the high school room and the junior high room. Just make sure we get one of those filled out and documented. If you want to know what happens when there's inclement weather, snow and ice is more for going to Hume Lake. Power outages, fire, earthquake, just check it out. That's what we do. More or less, if we are gathered already and one of these things happens, just watch. If we are not gathered in an upcoming gathering and one of these things happens, power outage, fire, earthquake, snow or ice, just keep an eye on GroupMe for more information. If we're already gathered, just follow the lead of the staff at the time. Simple as that. Campus emergencies procedure. I'm not going to delve too much into this because we're going to actually have a separate training for all of our church on some of the emergency procedures, including active shooter, things like that. Right now, we've got a little bit of a policy to kind of cover that, but we're going to have a more robust one coming up in the next few months. And so I don't want to take too much time right now to talk through that. But right now, page 38, in an active shooter situation, clam up. Calm, lock, account, move, stay. Check that out. Make sure you read through that. But active shooter situations can be so different, right? And so there may be a time to clam up. But if the active shooter's in the room with you, then get out of the room, of course. Other campus emergencies, like I said, we're going to cover all of these at an all FCC volunteer training in a few months, and so I don't want to push too much into this. And student conduct, we have 4 main rules that apply at all times. Respect the people, respect the place, be in the right place at the right time, and make wise choices. More or less, if a student's actions violate any of these, talk with the student, just have a conversation. Hey, that wasn't very respectful. Hey, that wasn't respecting the place. Hey, you weren't where you were supposed to be when you were supposed to be there. Hey, that wasn't a very wise choice. Just have a conversation. Help them to understand, remind them of the rules, understand what the conduct policy is. And if they correct their behavior, great, it's a non-issue. If they don't correct their behavior, let your coach or myself know so that we can have a conversation with the student and let them know how big of a deal it is that everyone follows student conduct policy. Okay, that's it for this section. We're gonna move on to section 6. Check out the questions below, and of course, email me if you have more questions, josh.s@fccsanamaria.org.